Okay, the importance of intuition development. Something that I absolutely love to talk about is intuition. Oh boy, oh boy. Once you get me started on intuition, spirituality, relationships, and the matrix, and maybe a few more other things, it's all over. I can talk for hours and hours about these things. But right now is about intuition. Intuition is what I call, and a lot of people call it too, but people call it so many different things as other psychic abilities too. I like to call it my inner GPS system, my inner GPS, because what it does is, if you're in tuned enough with it, it'll tell you where to go, at what time, and what to do at that time. And intuition, how it works is it usually works with situations in the moment. When you're in the moment of something, whether you're really thinking about something or you're in a situation, that's when your intuition works. And if you're not in tune with it enough, the very subtle insights that come to you in a variety of ways, you won't be able to recognize them, because intuition works very subtly most of the time. If not most of the time, a lot of the time very subtly. It's not a big bang right in your face thing, not anything like that. It's not a big word like a big word just like loud in your clear audience. It's not like that. It's very, very, very subtle. And if I had to guess, if I had to give you people who's not intuitive a illustration of what intuition feels like, it feels like, let me see if I have an example. Oh no, I don't have anything around here. But to me, intuition, when I get an intuitive insight, most of the time it's like a little needle. You know those needles that you thread with, and you knit. Yeah, you thread with. And that's what it feels like. It feels like a little needle just nudging me somewhere and just giving me this insight, and it's so small and subtle. It's like, man, it's just really, really subtle. I can't even find another way to explain it. You have to really experience it to know what I mean. But it's very, very subtle. And if you're running around being in drama, blah, 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 and you got all this music and all this stuff distracting you, you will miss all of this intuitive insight that's just coming to you all of the time. But you're so distracted that you're not in tune with the insight, and then you end up in a bad situation because you didn't pay attention to your intuition. And the importance of it is specifically, well, not only for that, for a variety of reasons, but one of the most important things that I love and that I've noticed for me is that I'm able to know people when I'm around them, complete strangers that is, and know their intentions. And also I know other people's intentions when I already know them. But still, when a complete stranger comes to me, knocks at my door for whatever reason, whatever they're selling, or I see them on the street, as long as I keep that fear under control and out of the way, and keep my ego out of the way, and I'm in a calm, relaxed state, then I can read them very, very well. It's almost like a scan. It's almost like a scan that I scan them from head to toe, and stuff just comes to me about them, and I know their intentions, and I know if they're a threat or not. So that's another good thing about intuition, and also developing your other psychic abilities also, because you can pick up on other people's thoughts. So it's like, if you have a strong developed intuition, you sometimes know what somebody's getting ready to say or get ready to do. So I've been in a lot of those situations where I'm talking to somebody about somebody and showing them like, okay, look, such and such is getting ready to say this, and then when such and such says this, such and such is gonna say this also right after that. And then boom, it just happens right after that. And then I say to myself, okay, if I say this to this person, they're gonna say this, so I shouldn't say this. So what I do is, now that a lot of times that I know what somebody's gonna say, I position myself to say something that that gives me a different result, versus if I say one thing, it gets the result that I don't want. So it's like a chess game. Once you start to understand this, once you really start to understand this ability and you have it well developed, you'll notice yourself starting to position yourself. Even with when you're in a group, at least me, when I'm in a group, I'll literally position myself physically in a certain area at a certain time and at a certain angle, just to talk to a certain person and say a certain thing at the right time to get a certain result. That's what I mean when you have a highly developed intuition. That's what I'm talking about. But not everybody uses their intuition that way. I use it in a variety of ways, but that's just one of my ways. And another importance of having your intuition developed is you can avoid stepping into somebody else's situation who developed a situation to scam you. Because there's a lot of scams out there, and if you don't have your intuition developed in some kind of way, it'll be easy for anybody to scam you. The less developed your intuition is, the more easier it'll be for somebody to get over on you in any kind of way. In any kind of way. However, if you're highly developed, you'll be able to know the first few seconds, maybe like the first 30 seconds, like, oh, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense, so I need to stop talking to this person at this time, and then find a way to walk away. Just like that. Just earlier today, about an hour ago, a guy came in knocking on the restaurant door, talking about he's from the Department of Labor or something like that, and he's helping people get the posters that's needed up for restaurants. And at first, I was like, you know what? Let me just talk to him and see what's up. So I calmed my heartbeat down, my heart and my breath, because I was a little bit nervous, because it's like this random person knocking on the door. Let me see what he wants. So I was a little bit suspicious. So after a few minutes, I calmed down and I focused in on him, and I was like, wait a minute, okay, he's not a threat. So let me just relax, listen to what he has to say. Bam! That is when intuition jumps in. You know if a person is a threat or not. And if they are a threat, then your intuition will let you know, like, okay, this person is a threat because of this, and you should be doing this at this time. It works in a variety of ways. Overall, it works in the moment. So if you want to save yourself time and a whole lot of energy, I'm telling you, work on getting your intuition in check. And one way of doing that is, maybe the best way, is by recognizing it. As soon as you get that first thought, that first insight, it's very, very light, very, very subtle. It's very, very subtle. And it's like a touch, like a love tap, that's how light it is. And if you are able to recognize that, go with it. Whatever it's telling you to do, go with it. It might not make sense at that time. And don't allow your left brain to come in too much, because if you do, it's going to mess everything up. It is. And your ego too. So watch that. Go with it for your first impression, your first insight. And I'm telling you, it works out. Every time I follow it, it works out. I love it. And I say thank you all the time. And I'm so grateful for it. It's a very nice thing to have. So start working on it. And look on YouTube. There's a bunch of other YouTube videos that help you out with development. Me, I didn't need all of that. I mean, every now and then I'll look at a YouTube video just to get something new that I didn't know about. But other than that, I just developed it on my own. Just been recognizing it and going with it. But whatever way you want to do it, then go ahead. That's my video. Hope it helped. Comment, subscribe, and like. All right, peace out.